Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kingdom Come Deliverance. My name's Camel, and today I'll be showing you where to find the hidden treasure for the treasure maps 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Once you find and loot all 5 of these secret treasure chests, you'll gain many amazing items, which will have a total value of over 23,000 gold, which is amazing. Now, to be clear, you don't actually need to have the treasure maps to find the treasure. So if you don't have the maps, don't worry, that's what this guide's for. Now, timestamps for each of the different treasure maps in this video can be found down in the description, along with links to my social media and to my other Kingdom Come Deliverance guides. Be sure to check them out. Now, firstly, before setting off, you'll need a shovel. The easiest way to get one is at the Ratai Mill, where you exit the prologue. It's right here next to this cart, and it's yours for the taking. So now, let's go and get the treasure. So we've already found and looted treasure map 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in my previous treasure map video. So now, it's time to start off this video with treasure map number 6. The general location for this one's easy to find, as we've got the town there marked on the map, but finding the actual location is a little bit awkward. Luckily, it is made super easy because there is actually a path that leads from a camp all the way up to where the treasure is located. So as we come up the hill through the woods that can be found to the northeast of Letechko, as the hill flattens out at the top behind a bunch of trees, we'll find this weird stone structure with a wooden arch over it. This is the treasure. Now on the map we can see that it is located here at this interesting site found to the northeast of Letechko. And here is a closer look for you so you can better figure out exactly where this is. It's actually found right near the cliff in which the secret unique horse head armor is found. I do have a guide for that as well. So once you are here, unlock the chest. It will have a hard lock on it. Now if your lock picking is not up to scratch, I do have a complete lockpicking guide to help you out in that department. So once you have it unlocked, open that bad boy. So we've got a sword called Fearnot. This is a pretty good sword. It's not the best or anything like that, but I personally think the best use for it is to sell it, and it will get you a nice sum of nearly 900 gold. Then we just have 436 gold. Very nice. We have a lucky playing die. Whether it's lucky or not, I'm not too sure. We also have the Noble's Dark Shoes. You might want to wear these if you want to be sneaky around town, make very little noise. They're also dark, which will have a very low visibility, making you hard as a spot. But apart from that, you probably won't wear these out and about most of the time. So again, you can sell them for 941.9 gold. Now this is really good. We've got the recipe for the Lazarus potion. It's got a value of 650, but definitely don't sell it. You want to wait until you can read and then learn the recipe, because the Lazarus potions cure hangovers and also fully heal you. So it's one of the most valuable potions possible. And finally, we have a silver ring with a value of 184 gold. Yeah, I would say sell that thing. So all in all, the treasure for the hidden treasure map number 6 has a combined total value of 3,144.2 gold. Not too bad at all. And it's actually the lowest combined chest in this video. So let's move on to the next one. Of course, after 6, we have treasure map number 7. Now again, luckily, Letechko is marked on this map and named, so it should be pretty easy to find, although the location that the treasure's near, that's a pretty weird looking thing. So if you head into the woods that can be found to the northwest of Letechko and walk around the general area that was marked on the map there, we will actually spot it quite easily. Despite looking weird on the drawn map, this is pretty clear once you see it. It's a big tree in the middle of a woodland garden with this wooden fence around it. And at the base of the tree is the treasure. So on the map, as we can see, it is at this woodland garden to the northwest of Letechko. And if we have a look closer on the map, this will help you figure out exactly where it is. So once you find the chest, of course, unlock it. Again, it will have a hard level lock on it. So once you have it open, let's have a look here. 431.3 gold. Thank you very much. We've got the Kuttenberg cuirass. Now this is pretty good, not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I'd say this is upper mid-tier armor right here. And it also has a value of 1.9 thousand gold. Yes please. We've got the Noble's Shoes. Probably won't wear these at any point, just sell them for 105.7 gold. We've got a recipe for moonshine. Probably don't want to do that unless there's some secret power to moonshine, or if you are just collecting recipes, then yeah, definitely learn it. We have Sharp as a Knife number 4. Now this is actually an advanced skill book for the maintenance skill, so you can sell it if you like, or you can wait until you can read and read it. Now here is the cherry on top of this entire video. St. George's Sword. Yes, this is the best sword in the game. It's got a damage of 72 and a value of 2,200 gold, although of course you will not be selling this. The longsword of St. George is the best the 15th century blacksmith's art can produce, a beautifully balanced sword. Its ornamented sharp blade and piercing point can deal with any plate armor. The blade is fragile though and must be kept maintained. Well, it's a good thing we got that maintenance skill book. Apart from its combat qualities, the sword is a status symbol for the upper classes. Or for a guy that kills dragons for a living. And finally we have an unpopular die, so this is just worth its weight in wood, I would imagine at this point. Now in total, this treasure chest for treasure map 7 has a combined total value of 6,212.4 gold. And yes, that is the highest value chest in this entire video. But don't go astray, as there still are some amazing items to find. So this brings us to treasure map number 8. This is very easy to find, even judging by this map it's super easy to find, as Letichko is marked and there's a hill with a tree next to it, and that entire area is flat, so this should be pretty easy. And you guessed it, run into the fields to the southeast of Letichko and we'll see a hill with a tree that looks identical to the one that was on the map. So at the base of this tree there is a sack. This is the hidden treasure for treasure map 8. On the map we can see that we are to the southeast of Letichko and that we are at an interesting site in the middle of these fields here. And if we take a closer look, this will help you pinpoint the exact location, although again it sticks out like a sore thumb. And it is also marked as an interesting site because, let's face it, what's more interesting than a hill and a tree? So once you find the sack, open that little sucker up. Inside we'll have a Bascinet with klappvisor. This is an excellent helmet, not the best, but again, like if you just open a sack next to a tree and get some really good armor, it's pretty damn good. It's also got a value of 919.8 gold. Next we have the Fashionable slippers. Probably won't wear these around. I can't see why you would, unless you just want to look cool, but these do have a value of 463.5, which you can sell to a tailor or any other merchant that will buy them. Next we have 246.8 gold, thank you very much. We have a necklace worth 1,000 gold, again, thanks very much. We have an odd die. This has a value of 50, but it also has a greater chance of landing on odd sides, so that's definitely not even. Next we have the recipe for the Dollmaker potion. Probably won't ever use this, but again, if you want to collect recipes and learn everything, then definitely do that, or you can sell it. And finally we have the spiked warhammer. It's a pretty good warhammer, although there are better maces in the game, and it also has a value of 305.9 gold. So in total, the treasure for treasure map 8 has a combined total value of 3,329 gold. Not too amazing, but definitely not shabby for a sack under a tree. Next, of course, in numerical order, we have treasure map number 9. Now, for some reason, this one is just totally nowhere near any of the others, but it is super duper easy to find. As we can see, Skalitz clearly marked on the map. There's a bridge, which the treasure is at, and then a building with smoke coming out of it. And sure enough, if you head back to Skalitz, there is Skalitz, there is a bridge, and there is a building with smoke coming out of it. So what you want to do is walk across the bridge towards the building with smoke coming out of it, and then as soon as you get to the end of the wall, turn to the right and down the hill. Now here will be a sack, and this is the sack that has the treasure inside it. This used to be a chest, which you would have got if you watched my best starter guide. Now on the map we can see that we are just to the south of Skalitz, and if we have a look at the city map we can see that we're right here, next to the bridge, just below Skalitz. Again, this is super duper easy to find this one. So once you find the sack, of course, open it. Now in here, first up we have an excellent piece, the Aachen dyed brigandine. It's got an armor of 20 and a value of 1.6 thousand. Now next up we have the Bailiff's Mace. This is the 4th best mace in the game, so if you do want to get into maces, this is a pretty good place to find one and get started on your clubbing experience. But if you're not into maces, that's fine, you can use it to spray robbers in the eyes, or sell it for 819 gold. Next up we have just 288.1 gold, thanks very much. Now this is a very nice piece. We have the metal plated battle axe. Now this is actually the best axe in the entire game. And there are also 2 different types of this same metal plated battle axe. They do look different and they do also have different stats, but you'll be glad to know that this version right here is actually the best one. So for those wondering where to get the best axe, it's right here. You won't have to ask me that question anymore. We also have a necklace worth 1,000 gold and a silver ring worth 184 gold. A very nice sack. That's not what she said. And it is of course the hidden treasure for treasure map number 9, and together we have a combined total value of 5,425.7 gold in this sack. And finally, going into double digits, we have treasure map number 10. So while Letechko is marked on the map, it is a little dot on the horizon, so that does suggest that this is going to be quite far away. We're also led to believe that it's at a grave because there's a big smiley skull. So what you want to do is walk into the woods found to the southwest of Letechko and to the southeast of Sasau. You will actually find a small bandit camp, and up the hill from that is where we can find what we're looking for. As we come up and over the hill, there is this kind of indent in the hill surrounded by lots of shrubbery. There's some shadows, some mushrooms, an ancient wall, and of course, the grave of the smiling skull we saw on the map. So on the map, the grave can be found here, again to the southwest of Letechko, kind of in the middle of these woods here. And if we take a closer look, we can see the grave is located just to the south of where that smoke is marked on the map, and that smoke is where that little bandit camp is. So go to that bandit camp, then walk south up the hill until you find the indent where the grave is. So once here, we will have to dig the grave out. This is of course why we brought the shovel. So once that has been done and you have finished digging around, we will discover firstly, no skeleton, so this is just hidden treasure, and secondly, another sack. So once you've got it open, which requires no skill at all, we have another Bascinet with the klappvisor. We got one of these earlier, so even if you do want to use one, we now have two, so you can sell this one for 919.8 gold. We then have 301.6 gold, thanks very much. We have the Holy Trinity die. This is worth 50 gold like every other die, but it's got a greater chance of landing on 3. Now we have the Noble's Dark Shoes again, so even if you do want to wear them, we've now got 2, sell them for 941.9 gold. We've got the recipe for the digestive potion. Again, you'll probably never use this, but if you do want to collect all the recipes and learn everything you can, then yeah, read it. If not, sell it, keep it in your cupboard, do whatever. Now this is interesting, we have St. Michael's sword. It's got a value of 1,500 and it doesn't quite meet St. George's sword. I mean, nothing does, so you can keep it if you want because it's a nice little collectible, but I'll probably sell it. And if for whatever reason you don't want to use St. George's sword, then you can use this one. But if that is your logic, you are a fool. And finally, we have the 4th volume of the Tavern Life book, but it is also worth 1.3 thousand gold, so do with it what you will. But the treasure for the hidden treasure map number 10 has a combined total value of 5,245. Not bad at all. So provided you went to all 5 of these treasure map locations and looted the treasure there, you will have collected a delicious sum of gold, a stockpile of very powerful weapons, armor, jewelry, clothing, books, and other bits and bobs with a combined total value of 23,356.3 gold. You will also now have the best axe in the game. You'll also have the best sword in the game, St. George's Sword, so here's to hoping that there's no dragons in Kingdom Come Deliverance, because if there are, they're about to go extinct, thanks to you and your sword. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Camel, and this has been my guide for finding the hidden treasure map locations for maps 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I do hope this video helped you out, and if it did, you will be very interested in checking out my other Kingdom Come Deliverance guides that I've already done. Links to them can be found down in the description. Now down there in the old description, you can also find links to my social media. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Now if you would like to support the channel in a more personal way, you can become a heroic patron on Patreon. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy, so your support is most appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon.